Hey, sweet friends, we have made it to YouTube. Finally, I know, because I've had a lot of my sweet friends on TikTok suggest, oh, make a YouTube, make a YouTube, make a YouTube. And I have a YouTube channel, but it's a channel dedicated to doing my hair. And I don't be doing my hair like that anymore, so the channel has kind of flopped and I stopped posting on it. And that's when I started posting more on TikTok. But I've gained such a lovely, sweet community on TikTok, and I think it'll be a good thing to kind of expand the horizon, give you more longer videos, give you more in-depth videos, and we can just share a little bit of everything. We do mostly baking on TikTok, but we also do crocheting, sewing, all of the DIY projects. So I think we should start doing that here. Today is actually a really good day. The sun is shining. It's not raining because it was raining really bad yesterday. But it's very, very nice outside, so we got some good natural light. I need to make some cinnamon rolls. My best friend Jada has been requesting cinnamon rolls. So I think for our very, very first video here, we're going to make some. And I'm just talking like everybody here is from TikTok, so let me introduce myself. My name is Muffin. I am a multi-skilled artisan. I don't even know if that's a proper term. I heard somebody say that one time and I was like, that suits me. So that's what we're going with. I do baking, crocheting, knitting, sewing, painting, anything underneath the DIY sun. That is me. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, then join the family. My cinnamon rolls are one of my top recipes. They're very loved on TikTok and they're delicious. I love them. Cinnamon rolls are my favorite dessert. So I'm going to walk you through the complete steps from start to finish so that you can create them at home. This recipe starts by blooming our yeast. So we have whole milk here. We're going to take 3/4 cups of this and warm it up to about 110 degrees. And I just put this in my microwave for about a minute. That usually is enough. Later on today, I'm going to be making some sweet potato muffins on TikTok. So if you want to get that recipe, then head over there. You'll find that link in my bio. 1 minute in the microwave is plenty enough. It's not hot, but it's warm to the touch. That's exactly what you're looking for. To bloom our yeast, we're going to activate it with some granulated sugar. I'm going to take 1/4 cup and we're just going to mix it into the milk. So I'm just going to stir it just a little bit so it can dissolve a little. Then we're going to go in with our yeast. This is the kind that I like to use. This is dry active yeast. And you can buy this brand in the packets as well. If you use the packets, I would still measure it out because sometimes they have more or less. So just measure it out just to be on the safe side. We're going to take 2 1/4 teaspoons and add it to our milk. Okay. Just give it a gentle stir, nothing crazy. And then we're going to set this to the side for about 5 minutes until it blooms and activates. This recipe took me a minute to concoct and get to the perfect softness. That's what I was going for. And once I figured it out, it was a done deal. With that being said, I always get asked like, how do I come up with these recipes? And it's really just trial and error. Like I said, it took me a while to perfect this one, and sometimes everything doesn't always work. Sometimes it takes for me to like test it out before I share it on TikTok, and if it works, it works. Most of them are literally just concoctions off the top of my head. While we're waiting on our yeast to bloom, let's go ahead and prep the other ingredients. This is 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. You can buy it in the little half sticks like this, or just take a whole stick, cut it in half. That's 4 tablespoons. We're going to melt this down in the microwave also, just to liquefy it. Have our melted butter here, add that to the bowl. And I don't like nothing going to waste, so let me get my spatula. Listen, we are in a recession. I scrape every crumb, every drop that I can possibly get. To your melted butter, we're gonna add 1 egg. This is a jumbo egg that I'm convinced has 2 freaking yolks in it because look how big it is. But we'll see. I have issues, so I like to crack my eggs separately. And the reason I do that is because sometimes these eggs will have blood in it, and that it's got 2 yolks in it. These eggs come with blood in it sometimes, and that terrifies me. Lovely. Now we're going to go in with 2 tablespoons of sour cream. This is the daisy kind. This is the brand I prefer to use, but use whatever floats your boat. I'm going to squeeze in just 2. And what this does is just keep them nice and soft, pillowy, and also that word that I hate. If you don't know me, I hate the word moist. Ugh, it's so disgusting. But this helps with doing just that. Lastly, of your wet ingredients, we're going to go in with a teaspoon of vanilla. Adding that straight to the bowl. That was more than a teaspoon. But it's okay. We got to taste it, okay? At this point, your yeast should be nice and bloom. It should be frothy and kind of bubbly, nice and ready. Add that to your bowl. I'm going to use this whisk to combine that all together. Alright, time for our dry ingredients. Bread flour. This is the answer, okay? I have been asked before, can I use all-purpose? Sure, use all-purpose. But it's not going to be as good. It's not going to be as soft. It's going to be good, don't get me wrong. But this is what makes it so nice and soft. If you can get your hands on it, use bread flour. This is King Arthur. I'm going to sift it into my batter. You can use this kind. You can use the kind that you shake and tap. They both do the same thing, but we're going to do 2 3/4 cups. When you scoop your flour, don't just scoop and grab it because it's going to make it dense and heavy. I got to use the cup to kind of fluff it first. And then I just scoop it into the cup so that it stays kind of nice and airy. Another thing I enjoy about this recipe is how clean it is. Everything goes in one bowl. There's no mess on your counter. It's very, very clean. I have OCD, so I have to clean as I go. And then lastly, we're going to add in 1/2 a teaspoon of salt. Always salt your baked goods. This dough is going to come together fairly quickly, and you can make this into any kind of dough you want. You can put cinnamon in it, you can put a different kind of extract other than vanilla in it. You can make it into anything that you want. And it's not just good for cinnamon rolls. I've made donuts with this. I've made different variations of cinnamon rolls. We've done apple. You can do peach. You can do caramel. The possibilities are endless. So I will say this is a really, really good recipe. Okay. All right, remember when I said how clean this recipe is? You don't have to flour your surface with this because it doesn't stick. I love it. It's really good. So I'm just taking some cooking spray. This is Pam. I'm just gonna lightly spray my surface and lightly spray my hands. And then I'm just going to flip it out of the bowl into the counter. And I'm going to knead it by hand for about 5-10 minutes. Okay. The way that I like to knead is like a push and pull type of motion. So get her into a nice little ball here. Take the palm of my hand, push her down, take the other hand, and kind of pull her towards me. And I just keep doing this for about 5-10 minutes. If at any point she starts to stick, just take a little bit more of your cooking spray, spray her down, and keep going. There's kids playing outside my window. I forgot they got out of school for Martin Luther King Day. I was about to say, why they not in school? But after about 5 or 10 minutes, we're looking to see if she bounces back at us. So what you can do is take your finger, press down to her, and if it bounces back up, that's how you know it's ready. She's beautiful. Okay. I'm going to take the same bowl, just spray it down, and then we're going to place our girl in the bottom here. And then you're going to cover this up. We're just going to spray a little bit on her lightly so she doesn't stick to my lid. My bowl actually comes with a lid, but you can use saran wrap, a clean dish towel, paper towel. But you want to cover her up and place her somewhere warm for about an hour so she can double in size. Depending on the temperature in your house, you can leave her on the countertop, or you can place her high, like on your refrigerator, because heat rises. I personally like to put her inside of my oven. I'm going to turn the light on. The oven isn't on. I'm going to turn the light on and place her inside so that she can double. I'm going to clean my countertop off already. I think I have severe OCD because I have been cleaning like a maniac lately. Okay. It's actually been a little over an hour, but that's okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and spray down my counter again. And then I'm just gonna flip her out. Spray my rolling pin. If you don't have rolling pins, you can use a cup, you can use a bottle, anything that makes it easy for you. So I'm gonna roll her out into a square. The most I've ever gotten out of this recipe is 12 cinnamon rolls, but I'm a psycho. And I prefer pastries to be on the bigger, fluffier, gigantic size. So I was doing 4, I know it's saying 4, but recently I've been making 6 out of them, which is still pretty big in size, but they're not so gigantic. I do roll mine out too at a little bit of thickness, just because I like them to be nice and fluffy. I'm not sure who our upstairs neighbor is, but they have the walk of Bigfoot himself. They stump throughout the whole freaking ceiling. Okay. She doesn't have to be perfect, but I try to get the size somewhat even so that it's easier to roll. Okay. Most people, when they slice their cinnamon rolls, they usually slice them from the short end, but I like to slice them from the long end. It doesn't matter, whichever way you prefer, they still come out the same. But whichever end that you're going to choose, I take one end and I kind of just press it out so that when I roll the roll, it sticks to itself and it doesn't unravel. Now just do this one side. Okay, I have another 1/4 cup of unsalted butter here. I'm gonna put it in the microwave for about 20-30 seconds. I don't want to melt it, I just want it to be soft so that I can smooth it out so that it's spreadable. Alright, I'm just going to spread this all over. Okay, now let's make the filling. My number 1 ingredient for the filling is apple butter. You can buy this in Walmart, any grocery store carry it. It's usually on the aisle with the applesauce. I keep this in my refrigerator. Now, the question may be, will it taste like apples? No, to me, it doesn't really taste like an appleness flavor, but it does enhance like the cinnamon of it. I'm gonna take 1/4 cup of apple butter. The next ingredient is cinnamon sugar. This is 1 cup of granulated sugar with 3 tablespoons of cinnamon that I just mixed together in this cutesy poopsy little jelly jar. And I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of this and add it to the apple butter. And lastly, we're going to take half a cup of dark brown sugar. You can use light brown, but personally I think dark brown tastes a little better. And I'm going to pack it into this cup. Alright. Mix all this together and then evenly spread it on top of the butter. It smells amazing. I don't know, if you don't like cinnamon rolls, I don't think you can be trusted. I try to get an even spread, especially on the end pieces, because those tend to lack the amount of filling. I usually bake these in a 9x13 pan, but since I'm giving them to Jada, I bought some of these so that I can easily transfer them. So go ahead and have that ready for when you slice and roll them up. Again, like I said earlier, you could go from the shorter length, but I'm going to go from the longer length. You can roll these up into a log and then slice them like you would normally do with cinnamon rolls, but for me, that has always given me hideous cinnamon rolls, so I personally prefer to use a pizza cutter instead, and I'm just going to slice them. And I think I'm only going to do 4 today. I really need to get me a kitchen ruler, but I'll just eyeball them and try to get them as even as I can. And just like that. See how pretty and neat that is? I don't even know what size pan this is, but I think I can only fit 3 of them in there, so I'll just give her 3 and then I'll bake the last one up so that I can show you what it looks like at the end. This is how they should look in your pan. So we have to let these proof and double a second time. So what I'm going to do is cover this up, cover it up with some plastic wrap or a clean kitchen towel, and then place it back in the same spot you had earlier for about 30 minutes. I kind of want to turn this into something else. Okay, I'm actually experimenting at this point, and I just turned the last one into like this little, I don't even know what you would call this, but let's see how it comes out. I'm gonna put it in this pan. Ooh, this thing is huge. Okay, it has been longer than 30 minutes because I had to fix Jared's lunch for tonight, so let's bake these off. They're bigger in size. I'm excited about this one. Okay, we're going to put some heavy cream in the bottom of the pan, and just enough to cover the surface. This just keeps them from drying out as well. And then I just pour a little bit on top of each one. I'm going to do the same in this one. There we go. Okay. These bake at 350. It depends on the size that you made yours, how long or how little they bake. If you did a 12 count, I would let them bake for about 18 minutes. If you did something bigger like these, let them go for about 20-25 minutes. Okay, let's get them out. Oh my gosh, they look so good. I'm not even sure what you would call this. They look amazing. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I do to put a little bit extra of the filling inside of them. And this is something I haven't shown on TikTok, but I have been doing it recently every time I made this recipe. So let me show you what I do. It's like a tablespoon of butter. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of the cinnamon sugar, 2 tablespoons of the apple butter, and then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. This is gonna go in my microwave for about 2 minutes to combine it all together. And then we're gonna pour it on top of the hot rolls. Be careful because this will be very hot. Now I'm just gonna drizzle it on the top and try to get it down the little spirals. Just like that. Gonna let this cool off just slightly and mix up the icing. Still don't know what we're gonna call this one, but she is amazing. And look how pillowy soft she is. Oh, she's like a pillow. Should have put some of the stuff on it, but we'll put some icing on it. We're gonna do some honey molasses icing because why not? 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We're gonna melt it down in the microwave. Then we're going to do about a cup of powdered sugar. And I never measure powdered sugar, just do what your heart desires. Then I'm gonna take a little molasses, probably about a teaspoon. That was more than a teaspoon. And then we're gonna do just a drizzle of honey. Okay, to get the consistency, we're gonna pour a heavy whipping cream. You just pour a little drizzle of this at a time until you get the consistency that you like or you're looking for. If you find that it's still too thick, add more. If you find that it's now too thin, add more powdered sugar. You can pour as little or as much on yours as you want. And there you have it. These things are beautiful. And this is about to be gone in 2.5 seconds. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But I hope this recipe was easy to follow. I hope that you create this in your own kitchens. Let me know if you made them. Let me know what you think about them. They are delicious. I would not lie to you. I'm gonna try to post on here maybe like once a week to start off. But in the meantime, if you want to catch up with me on other socials, check out my TikTok or check out my Instagram. Both are linked in my bio. And as always, I appreciate you so much, my sweet friends, and I'll see you in my next one.